In a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a little girl named Miriam. Miriam loved colors deeply and always dreamed of discovering a world filled with vibrant hues. One day, while playing in her garden, she stumbled upon a secret door hidden behind a large tree. When Miriam opened the door, she found herself in a strange world full of shimmering colors. The sky was a bright blue, and the trees were colors of the rainbow. She felt astonished and joyful and decided to explore this new world. As she wandered around, Miriam met a group of colorful creatures. There was a talking red bird, a beautiful yellow butterfly, and a green rabbit. They welcomed her warmly and told her that they had been awaiting her arrival. The friends revealed that their world was in danger. An evil sorcerer had stolen the colors from their world, turning everything gray. Miriam decided to help them restore the colors. Miriam and her new friends embarked on a journey to the sorcerer's castle. Along the way, they faced numerous challenges, such as crossing a raging river and climbing tall mountains. But they always supported each other. When they reached the sorcerer's castle, they found themselves trapped in magical traps. Miriam used her intelligence to navigate through the traps, and they successfully entered the castle. Inside the castle, they confronted the evil sorcerer. He looked terrifying, but Miriam was not afraid. She bravely demanded that he return the colors. The sorcerer laughed and refused. The friends gathered around Miriam and displayed the strength of their friendship. The sorcerer began to feel envious of their happiness and decided to give them a chance. He declared that he would return the colors if they could win a color challenge. The challenge required them to use their imagination and creativity. The friends started painting colorful pictures with the remaining colors. They used their imagination to create stunning scenes, which amazed the sorcerer. After witnessing their creativity, the sorcerer decided to restore the colors to their world. Suddenly, vibrant colors returned to everything, and the world filled with joy. Everyone celebrated the return of colors with a big party in the forest. They danced and sang together. Miriam was happy to have helped her friends. It was time for Miriam to return home. She bid farewell to her new friends and promised to visit them again. Miriam went back through the secret door and returned to her garden. She felt happy and proud for having saved the world of colors. Miriam decided to share her story with her village friends. She gathered them and narrated her adventure in the colorful world. After finishing her story, Miriam began dreaming of new adventures. She knew there were many other worlds to explore, and that colors would always be part of her adventures. And so Miriam lived her adventures in the world of colors, learning that friendship, courage, and creativity could change the world. She always looked forward to new adventures, knowing that colors were not only in the external world, but also in our hearts.
Marmo, the little rabbit, wakes up on a sunny morning and decides to go on an adventure in the enchanted forest. Marmo meets his friend, Sammy, the squirrel, and tells him about his plan. Sammy decides to join him. Marmo and Sammy enter the forest and see giant trees and colorful flowers. They find an ancient map on the ground that points to a hidden treasure in the forest. They decide to follow the map and start searching for the treasure. They come across a river and have to find a way to cross it. They use a tree trunk as a bridge and successfully cross the river. They encounter a sudden storm and seek shelter under a big tree. After the storm, they continue their journey and find a dark cave. They enter the cave cautiously and use a lantern to light the way. They find an old chest at the end of the cave. They open the chest and find a treasure of candies and toys. They celebrate their discovery and decide to return home. On the way back, they meet their friends and tell them about the adventure. They reach home and share the treasure with everyone. The day ends with laughter and happiness, and Marmo and Sammy promise new adventures in the future. Title: Mia and the Enchanted Garden. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Mia who loved flowers and plants. She spent most of her time in her garden, taking care of the flowers and talking to them. One sunny afternoon, while watering her favorite rose bush, Mia noticed a tiny door at the base of the bush. Curious, Mia opened the door and found herself in an enchanted garden. The garden was filled with flowers that could talk, trees that could dance, and streams that sang beautiful melodies. Mia was amazed and delighted by the magical world she had discovered. In the enchanted garden, Mia met a friendly flower fairy named Flora. Flora showed Mia around the garden and introduced her to all the magical creatures. Mia and Flora became fast friends and spent the day playing games, singing songs, and exploring the wonders of the garden. As the sun began to set, Flora told Mia that she could visit the enchanted garden anytime she wanted, but she had to keep it a secret. Mia promised to return soon and said goodbye to her new friends. She stepped back through the tiny door and found herself in her own garden again, but now with a heart full of magical memories.